Omenana bivo wanine neme wochantili na ntụnanị ibe bụ nke dị n'ime. Mikporo nwoge onye ụka, mikporo nwoge onye Muslim, ma ị ka nke a ka ị na-eje, ị bụ onye amọkụ, anyị niile na-eme omenala. Now, in my today's episode, that is titled Omenana 102. You know, in our first class, we discussed the etymology of the word Omenana. And I made it clear to my audience that Ome is the word verb, which means to do. And Ana means the earth, which means Omenana is our collective actions here on earth. And I told my audience that I'm going to demystify all the facets of Omenana, not just the ritual aspect of it, or the spiritual aspect of it rather. So in today's approach, I am going to delve in deep into the cosmological aspect of Omenana. Aspects of Omenana. Now, going further, let us demystify the etymology of the word cosmology. Because the word cosmological came up from the word cosmos. Now, the word cosmology is a Greek word. However, the Greek stole it from us because the Greek had no idea about the universe until they encountered the Kemet priests in the Egyptian mystery school. The likes of Anaxagoras, the likes of Epicurus, the likes of Socrates, the likes of Plato, the likes of Philo. Mention them, all of them learned from us. We gave them the concept of Omenana, and that is why I always tell my audience that the word Greek philosophy is a misnomer. The word misnomer means nothing like the word Greek philosophy. What we had was African philosophy, the ancient philosophy that bettered all the philosophies in the world. Take it from me. This is history, but I don't want to deviate. So the word cosmology is a portmanteau of two words, cosmos and logia. The word cosmos means the universe. The universe. Logia means to study. So bringing them together, it means a systematic word study of the word universe and how man relates with the universe. And that is why we keep saying that now, after God is a dibia. But that will be a topic of another day. So when you hear about Omenana, what should come to your consciousness? The systematic study of how man relates with the universe. But however, take this clause. Before you understand the Omenana, you must know Ordenana. But we'll still come to that. Because Ordenana is that philosophy, that constitution that checkmates both Omenana, or the Bandi, and the rest of them. So having arrived to this conclusion, Omenana here, from my explanation, talks about how do we study the universe. Now, for you to study the universe, you must understand that the universe operates in two dimensions. We have the material universe that is made up of what? Matter. We have the immaterial universe. The material universe is otherwise known as the exoteric world. Exo. X. So, the immaterial world is the exo. EX. Exo. So, which means Omenana gives us the platform to study and interact with the universe. It gives us an ambience, it gives us a platform that makes us to understand how man should relate with the entire world universe, because the universe is made up of different components. We have spirits, we have humanoids, we have trees. Anyị nwere ikuku, anyị nwere mmiri, anyị nwere ọkụ. In quantum physics, they regard the supreme being as what? Wave. A na-akpụ ya ikuku. Kedu ife ndị Igbo na-akpụ ya? Nkwọ. Are you understanding? For physics students, everything you do in physics is Omenani. And I'm going to use this platform to demystify all of them one by one. If you go to church to pray to God, to be close to God, what are you doing? In a Omenani. If you go to mosque, jebo isinana, kibo ko Allah, gini ki ine Omenani. If you are an ikanka and you sigh the you, gini ki ine Omenani. If onye walk, gini ki ine Omenani. But the only problem is that all of these structures never gave credit to the origin, because we are the Abo originals. The Igbo cosmology, take it from me, supersedes every cosmology in the world. This is not ethnocentrism, it is a fact. Because before the white man understood what is science, the Igbo man has been interacting with plants. And from interacting with plants, we bettered what they called pharmacognosis. And that was why I said, now we need an advance. No one say can not, give me the advance. For you to advance, you must understand the science of what? Pharmacy. And what a pharmacy? The word pharmacy is from the Greek word ndiori, pharmakia. Because everything the Greek had, they stole it from us. What a pharmakia? To do juju, to cast a spell, to give a poison. For you to give a poison, you cannot manse. Makanaka akeji azazo keji egbu. Diba na agwala na akwala. All these things I am mentioning, I am trying to take it bit, but I will still explain it in a very elaborative manner. But I don't want to deviate in today's topics. So everything you see today, what gave birth to it? Omenani. Because if our ancestors never understood the language of plants, if our ancestors, through the help of Argo, were not able to demystify all these natural plants, ecology, Omenani. Omenani. But even we must be careful not to alter the constitution of Ordinana. So take this in home today. In our today's lecture, what you are going to grab is that this cosmological aspect of Omenani explains how man interacts with the universe, how man interacts with spirits. It was through this cosmology that we are able to demystify all the deities we have in the land. So in my next episode, let me give you time to digest. In my next episode, which is Omenani 103, we are going to go further. Nnamdi Zoilo Manichebe, Nando Jena Mo, Dalon.